Hello, I'm Dr. Sleepright, and welcome to day 5. Today is a sleep hack, and this is a sleep hack to keep you on your back. All right, and this is not a sleep hack. I want to sleep hack. Sleep hack. I want you to use every single night. It's something that you can use every other night, every few nights, every 3-4 nights, and it's about elevated sleeping. See, elevated sleeping is a great hack to be able to keep you on your back because it starts to take it. Let's say I'm lying flat, and sometimes the arch in the neck, the arch in your lower back from lying flat can cause some people a little bit of discomfort because you don't have the normal curve of your lower back. So if you sleep elevated slightly with your, let's say you're up a little bit in the back, right? If you have a bed, and the bed rises, and then you can lift your legs up a little bit, called like a neutral sleeping, a zero gravity sleeping position. We'll be talking about that when we talk about mattresses. But while sleeping elevated can take pressure off your lower back, and at the beginning it can be a good technique to be able to keep you sleeping on your back. And there are different ways. So I particularly use an elevated, a base that is adjustable. I have a mattress that is made of air. It's a Sleep Number bed, and then I put this Level Sleep topper on top of it. But it's a bed that's flexible. So what I did is I put a adjustable base underneath. And sometimes, let's say I had a little bit of food, a little bit late, I like to sleep at a slightly elevated position, and sometimes I'll lift up my legs. I won't do that every single night because as you elevate, you tend to lose the curve in your lower back. That's why it takes pressure off your lower back. As you sleep flat, you get a little bit more of a curve. So an elevated sleep position can be a great hack to be able to sleep on your back. It can help if you snore and you sleep on your back. It helps to open up your airway. It helps with acid reflux. It helps with lymph drainage. So that slight elevated sleep position is a good thing to try to do. Now, people often ask me, well, how much do I elevate? I don't have an adjustable bed. I got a coil spring bed, or I can't afford the adjustable mattress. Well, what you can do is online. I'll try I'll try to give some links to specific bed wedges, is what they're called. You can get a foam wedge. You can get different bed wedges. My recommendation is to have the wedge about 36 inches long with about a 7-inch rise. What that means, from 36 inches, it's basically a wedge. It'd be a 7-inch wedge to to about 36 inches out to the base of your lower back. I have one here that I've been using to try it. I like it. I just there are so many of them on the market. I could give you a link to one, but you can Google them. There are a lot out there. So the sleep wedge will help you elevate, and when you elevate, it'll be an easy way for you to be able to stay on your back. And like I said, you don't want to stay in an elevated sleep position for too long, because what happens is it takes that angle. The reason it takes your lower back out of pain, and the reason why lifting your legs up takes your lower back out of pain, because you're losing the curve, and that curve is essential to be able to for long term. It's to be able to have a healthy lower back. You want to be able to reinforce that curve. That is why with pillow placement is extremely important. A lot of times people use the pillow for the back of their head, which sometimes feels a little bit better on their neck, because of the fact that it's getting rid of the curve in their neck. So eventually it complicates the problem down the road, which I'm complicating this conversation right now by even saying that. But in general, what we want is an elevated sleep position. It's a good hack to be able to allow you to sleep on your back, because it's very difficult to sleep on your side in an elevated sleep position, because your body will be all twisted. So you can get a sleep wedge. Sleep wedge range from anywhere from $19 to $100. The wider they are, the more expensive they are. Some have memory foam. Some are little funky like that. But it also, I use sleep wedges with my children, because my children don't have the adjustable bases. If let's say a child has a cough, or you have a cough, or you have postnasal drip, you have allergies, or you're sick, it's a great way to stop from coughing. It's a great way to allow your sinuses to drain if you're all stuffed up. So elevated sleeping can help in that aspect. And then one last thing I'd like to say about elevated sleeping is if you have rib issues, right? So a lot of people get this condition called costochondritis, where you have rib issues. When you sleep sitting up, or really bad low back issues, and you sleep sitting up, the weight of your body on your ribs and on your low back can keep inflammation down. So when you lie straight back, everything inflames. When you sleep slightly sitting up, the compression of the body on the joints actually keeps inflammation down. So if you have something like a costochondritis, or you have a pulled back, or some sprain, that's another reason why an elevated sleep position is good. Like I said, I don't like to sleep elevated every night. I just broke my collarbone in a mountain biking accident. I slept elevated. It was so important in my healing, because when you lie back, the collarbone would stick up, and when I sat up and I had my arm in the right position, it would be more aligned. And so elevated sleeping with sports injuries can also help. So let's have a conversation on this. I know that it's kind of a little bit confusing because I went back and forth on it, but post, and I'll try to clarify this on some of the live calls and some of the live Facebook Lives. So thank you so much for, again, staying engaged. If you have any questions, just ask them in the comments. And like I said, that we're getting hundreds of questions, so we're trying to categorize them, and I'll answer them at the end of on our live conference calls. Thank you, and look forward to seeing you on day 5.